Hello everyone, today and in this video we want to talk about packet reset 2421, configure syslog and NTP. Objectives in this activity are configure syslog service, generate logged events, manually set switch clocks and configure NTP service, and also verify time-stamped logs. In this activity, you will enable and use the Syslog service and NTP service so that the network administrator is able to monitor the traffic more effectively. NTP, as you know, or Network Time Protocol, is an internet protocol used to synchronize with computer clock time sources in a network. We have server here, NTP server, and we have also some client that refer to this server and get right clock from NTP server. And it's important because accurate time for all devices on a computer network is important for many reasons: security and configuration and gets update and distribution and something like that. And the other side also we have syslog um, server here is a logging mechanism in network devices used to collect system logs and events which contains critical information, maybe about the status, errors, warning, or attacks, configuration logs, and um, something like that, or whatever. Yes, and first we should enable the syslog service in a step one. Click on Syslog here, and after that, services. And you can see there are so many services here, so many protocols in the server can use as HTTP server, DHCP server, TFTP server, DNS server, and also Syslog. And here you should click on here, click on here to start to monitor the traffic and monitor the network here. Yes, and configure the intermediary devices to use the Syslog devices and services. Configure R1 to send log events to the Syslog server. You should go to router 1 and under CLI, enable conft, and we should say to router 1, you should send your logging and monitoring information, events information to Syslog server. This is your server, and you should send, and you must send all of the information about logging, events, configuration, and something like that, the attacks, and maybe any warning to Syslog. And R1 refer to Syslog. And also configure S1 to send also this information here. You should go to CLI and enable and configure terminal mode and global mode. Also, you should log in to send logging to Syslog server and also for server 2. All of the network devices here should be monitored and send login to server. And in part 2, generate logged events. Change the status of interface to create event logs. Configure a loopback 0 interface on router 1, then disable it. You should go to router 1 here and interface loopback 0 and shut it down. Yeah, and state to down and turn off PC and PC2. Yes, we have PC1, PC2. Turn off PC1, PC2 and turn them on again. Yes, we should go here. Yes, turn off and turn on. turn off and turn on again. And we should wait to this connection will be on again and will be up again. Examine the Syslog events. Look at the Syslog events. Note all the events have been recorded. However, the timestamps are incorrect. Yes, go here. We can see interface 01 will be done and will be up again. And also we have some information here that you can see the time that has been happened this time. And this is message you can see here. But it's a little limited about C. You can see interface loopback 0 changes a state to administrative down. It means administrator has gotten down it, and also other information about fast 01 and fast 01 in switch 1 and switch 2, and what is the IP address 10.0.12 and 10.0.22 and 10.0.12 here, and also about this interface IP address. As you can see, do show IP interface brief, and you can see about VLAN here 10.0.12 and 10.0.12 here. You can see information and yes, also time. Yes, and also clear the log before proceeding the next part. Go to Syslog here and you can see under Syslog clear log. Okay, it's not important, but as administrator, I have seen it. Manually set switch clocks. Manually set the clocks on switches. Manually set the clock on switch 1, switch 2, and current date, and approximate time. An example is provided here. We should try to use NTP, but before that, we should go to privilege mode here and set clock, and also for switch 2, also set clock here. Yes. Enable the logging timestamp service on switches. Configure S1 and S2 to send its timestamp with logs it sends to the Syslog server. We should use configure terminal or global, and also for switch 1, and go again to Syslog here, and you can see we have gotten some information about time, about these two interfaces IP address of switch 1 and switch 2, and some information configured from console by console, and also login to host and other monitoring. Yes. And what about configure NTP services? Enable the NTP services in this activity. We are assuming that the NTP service is being hosted on a public internet server. If the NTP server was private, authentication could also be used. On the NTP server, yes, open the service tab of the NTP server, go to NTP server here, services, and we have NTP here, and we should click on, and you can see the time here. Also, turn the NTP service on and not the date and time that is displayed. You can see this is 2000, but we can also try to set it in this time, and also Yes. Yes, it's true now. But also you can use also authentication. If you click on enable, you can set any key and also password here for access to NTP server, but we don't need in this activity. We don't use any password. Okay, but we have set it on, and also we have set date and time here, and go to R1 and say to R1, this is your NTP server, and you should synchronize your time and get time and date from NTP server. Remember to do that. Yes, and we can use show clock, and this is for Cisco. Yes, Cisco time. Yeah. Issue the show command to view the system clock setting. It can take time for the system clock to be updated to the time that is configured on NTP server. If the system clock has not updated, click the fast forward. Okay, we should click on fast forward and try again, and you can see this is August 2022, 22, and also this is the time here and something like that. And verify timestamp logs also re-enable and then disable the loopback 0 interface on R1. Configure terminal. No shot. And shut down again. Turn off also laptops L1 and L2. Yes, and also laptop 1 here. The button is here. Turn off and turn on. You can see also here, click on fast forward. It will be green. Look at the Syslog events. Note all the events have been recorded and the timestamps are correct as configured. Note R1 uses the clock setting from NTP server, and S1 and S2 use the clock setting that you configure in part 3. Yes, go here, and again you can see a lot of information that I have used it here, but you can see, yes, time has been changed here. Time has been changed to 2022. But switch, you can see, for example, switch 1, switch 2 has other um, time and other dates because we didn't activate and enable NTP server here. You can, for example, go to NTP server here and go to S2, and after that enable and configure terminal and say this is NTP server. And if you go to laptop 2 and shut down, turn off and turn down, turn off and turn on again, and you can come back to here and you can see after clear date lock here, and click on fast forward and go here, and time, it will be true 2022. And what is the description and message and events that has been happened and is happened in what's happened, excuse me, in switch 2. But time also in switch 1 also should be true and should be fixed, but it's your work, maybe your you should do that in your packet tracer and this is your assignment. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, friend.